Okay, so this took a lot longer than I expected it to, and but then again, my views kind of dropped off. Anyways, that's besides the point. Now, as to what this video is about. This, as you know, probably can tell, I hit 95 subs, and as I promised, this is the announcement for that. Uh, Let me just go over what this video will be about. I'll just be explaining each of my AUs, and you guys will ask me questions about it in the comments. The reason why I chose a video rather than a poll or a post is because videos get more views than posts. So, and and with how little subscribers I have, I need a decent bit of content. So, now on to my AUs. The first one is the one I probably talk about the most and have made a video on and have the most about in my posts. Overamalgamate tail. It is, as you could, if it wasn't obvious enough, the first one I made. It is a AU where when Frisk, sorry, uh, before before the monster war, the monsters lived in peace on the surface, and one day, Kara went into the underground to it do whatever children do whenever they find something, if they to try adventure, and found the buttercup flower. This flower, when she brought it, well, when they brought it back, it released a toxin that killed both of Asriel and Kara, and sent Asgore into insanity. So he announced war on humankind, and Toriel left him. So he, after announcing war on humankind, the war happened, and humans eventually figuring out that that the underground was the safest place from the toxin the flower released, went down there and sealed the monsters on the surface with a much stronger barrier requiring 500 human souls. And so they were sealed up there, and pretty shortly after they started amalgifying. And while it wasn't as extreme as normal monsters are, or it was still messed up their bodies, and it took years for them to regain full control. And yeah, that's it for Overamalgamate Tail. That's all you really need to know. So, now on to the next AU. Aftergen. Aftergen is an AU, the second one I created. It was, funnily enough, it was all three of my AUs I made after seeing something that related to what they're about. In Overamalgamate Tail's case, it was thinking about how amalgamate AUs weren't done enough, and Aftergen was done Aftergen was done after seeing an Aftertail video. Aftergen is an AU where it takes whenever Sans beats Frisk, Frisk just gives up. They just give up, and Sans watches their soul break and goes to tell Asgore, and Frisk just never reloads. So when Sans goes to tell Asgore, Asgore realizes that he needs to that there is he needs people who can take out a human in case something like this happens. So the three people that he knows that he can trust to be able to take one out are himself, Sans, and Alfie's. Sans gets the patience and justice soul. Actually, I don't need to say anything else. So it takes place that happens, and then the story starts several years later with a different human, and that's all. So last but not least, we have Dustrace, which was created after I watched watched a video, base guy's video. Yeah, don't he doesn't know why he named it that either. So on ranking Dusttail AUs, and it took a while because I was just like Dusttail AUs are so done, so why would I do this? And but eventually I decided to make it, and it's an AU where Sans remembers, and when he goes to fight Flowey, Flowey survives, and so Sans and Flowey are basically just racing. Well, and then Frisk is just there. So that's all I have to say about it. Any questions about any three of them? Say it in the comments, and that's all. Bye.